Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, October 4th at midnight 2019. Check out the GFS models. They really have been increasing as the new data sets come in. The snow is following all the way to Texas. Look at this. North Texas could see snow as early as October 11th. Yeah, the second week of fall. Many weeks to come. And if we bring it all the way through the model, holy macaroni, Nebraska, I hope you've harvested your corn. Northwest Iowa, are you there? And heads up. Minnesota. Say it ain't soda. Take a look. Earthquake swarms have impacted Texas as well. And Popo erupted 14 times in the last 12 hours last night. Keep calm, it's boom time. You're in the right place. Extreme fall start, marked by unusual heat, snow, and cold records in the United States. Well, of course, Rattlesnake Mountain snow sets a record. Will October weather bring snowmen to the Tri-Cities? Near record lows Thursday morning in Montana. Bozeman, weak high pressure is building over western Montana tonight with clearing skies and near record lows Thursday morning. 15 degrees in West Yellowstone is the forecast. Are you picking it up? Some people are still digging out from the record-setting September snowstorm. It pummeled the northern Rockies. From Alberta, BC, down into Montana. More than 4 feet of snow fell in some areas. No, not really. It was only 48 inches is what we saw. Thursday's heat brings the highest October temperatures ever in Georgia. Anyone else sick of the heat down here? I'm not ready for snow. Well, you should be, because it's in the forecast. But 70s would be nice. Don Schwenniker. Now they're forecasting record highs all time. But there is no data to support this. So they probably got close. Nothing like 1934, Al Gore's a bore. But guess what? Cold front number 1 incoming today. And cold front number 2 by Monday. And the entire country will be in early winter in the second week of fall. Like the fall of the empire. Like the GFS model predicts, all of Canada will get its first snow by October 10th. And look at this. This is amazing. Let's just stop this. October 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Heads up. And this is in inches, which are cinches. Take a look at eastern Colorado does not get snow. And they're going to get snow in the second week of October. That's crazy. We're going to get some sort of snow here. These models are not going to lie completely. But look at Canada. The all of Canada, east to west, by October 19th. Covered. The all. Everything up there. Every province in Canada by the 17th will have snow. And look at the snow. Look at the totals here. 14 to 22 inches in some areas, straight down the stripe. And 4 to 6 feet in the BC Alberta boundary. We could be looking at 6 to 8 feet here in central eastern BC. These are huge numbers, especially this early. Are you getting squirrely? A cold front in the west will bring multiple weather impacts. Boom! Diamond is floating around the screen. It's extreme. How do I do this? Let me move over. Okay. Good times, good times. I got my 32nd degree Masonic bolo on. I'll share it with you. Before we go further, we're only 5 minutes in. It's worth a look. We're going to get to some esoteric knowledge coming soon. If you stick with us, I guarantee we'll go another 20 minutes. A cold front draped across the west will provide and produce showers with powers of hours of schmowers. I went to high school with a girl named Nicole Maurer. How do I do this? Why is it all opposite? With some mountain snow. Holy crap. The electric view is now Skyping us. I think we all know who David is. I've talked with him a bunch. Neil Thompson. Global warming much? He's a global warmist. But we're going to get to that at the end of the show, what our connection is here. We didn't even spell that right. Right-click on it and get the right word in there. This is awesome how we do this live on air. Thank you, Neil, for making us interactive. A cold front in the west will bring multiple weather impacts. Ev Cochran, we're all going to be part of all of this coming soon. Look at this. A cold front draped across the west will produce showers with some mountain snow. Oh, I got to turn that off. Let's do it now. Do it now. How do we turn off notifications? Oh my God. Can we do this? Oh, we're being notified right out there. It's still going to come. Now we're looking at frost and freeze warnings across the upper Midwest, all the way down into Iowa, eastern Nebraska, southwest Iowa, Omaha Valley, and frost and freeze warnings all the way down to northern PA, most of the Apple region, little tippy touch here in Boston and surrounding areas to the west, and heads up, northern Vermont, or actually all of Vermont, under freeze warnings. And then we have extremely high winds through here. Yeah, we know, Neil. And some really bad air conditions in southeastern Colorado where Alien Allen lives, and he's going to be relocating to this region Saturday, which is Saturday. We can't wait to have him here. He's going to be a new member of the show. He's going to be, well, you're going to see him around the ranch, that's for sure. You're living my life right here. You're getting all the notifications. It's amazing. Earthquake swarm impacts Texas. Let's put me somewhere else. Holy macaroni. San Fran, Oklahoma, and New Madrid Fault experiencing minor tippy-touch storms, which are getting people's panties in a bunch. But I implore you, I got to really stop this. How do we stop? Do not focus assist. How do we get rid of this? Oh, please, someone help me. Smelt me. Cancel. Turn off notifications. I did it. We're going to get there. Like swimwear. We're going to be talking about this in just about 10, 15 minutes. So, let's blow it up. So, a lot of people are fear-mongering about 12 earthquakes in the last week here along the New Madrid. We've been reporting on 12 to 15 earthquakes, maybe 4 earthquake swarms over the last 2.5 years. If we get above 15, maybe 20, then we're going to be talking about a changing situation. The normal uptick, so we're now in an ebb and flow that's going at a maybe 4 to 6 month periodicity where we have these upticks. And we see upwards of a dozen minor earthquakes below magnitude 3 in the New Madrid or in Oklahoma fracking or Texas fracking or any other region near a super caldera. So this is normal activity, normal cyclicity. And let's just shrink my ass down. Seismic update, no quakes of note. We just had a new boomer here, 4.5 in Chile at the surface. No harm, no foul. We're in a quiet period, which is nice because the sun is also in a quiet period. We're at solar minimum, cycle 24, and we have now a perpetual northern coronal hole on the sun. The sun is so shut down, it's beyond shut down. If you don't know that we have a Facebook page called Solar Shutdown, go and get it. Links have been below for 2.5 years, underneath every single video. But we also have a cycle 24 sunspot and multiples in the equatorial region, which are indicative of solar minimum. So is this coronal hole on the pole. And we are nowhere near the end of solar cycle 24. And we're going to get to the forecast of 25 in a moment. Mexico's Popo volcano erupts 14 times in one night. It's dab time. Do it now. Demonetize us now. That was awesome. We have to do that again. Let's at least do it from here. Do a dab. Do it! Oh my God, what happened? It's over, kids. IBM call for code finalists announced. Do we even know what that means? I doubt it. I think we've just moved on. Here we are. Yes. Yes. 12 minutes, 53 seconds in, and we can't even have any fun. Worldwide volcano news update. Ducono, Reventador, Nevados de Chilan. Kiss! Maaso. Sabancaya, Uluwan. And Shivalush is even in there, like swimwear. Reventador to 14,000. Ducono puffing to 6. Uluwan 10,000. Nevados de Chilan has been intermittent. Sabancaya taking the top number at 26,000 feet. Study finds cutting back on red meat has little impact on health, especially if it's local and you know who grew it. Yeah, get that iron. Get it. Here's how the USDA Science Agency relocation will reduce its productivity and your access to actual information. As the worst crop year in decades occurs, the information is being hidden from you, and this is by a relocation of the USDA from one place to the other. Adapt 2030 has been reporting on it. I mean, it can't get more obvious. Hello? The biggest quantum breakthrough yet, literally. For the first time ever, physicists tested the phenomenon of quantum superpositioning using molecules. Now, they've done this before with smaller objects, but not molecules. This is a big deal, guys. This means that, well, it could mean many things. But in a remarkable new experiment, physicists have demonstrated quantum superposition with molecules in a state which a particle is in two separate places at once, at the same time. Molecules are the largest particle ever observed to behave this way. And if we can do a molecule, we can do many molecules, which means we can do people, even a toaster with the moster. The researchers hope to test increasingly massive particles to further define the limits of quantum superposition. But it is our position in this quagmire of conceptual complexities where you're being lied to about everything, and everything is opposite of the truth from the mainstream, that quantum superposition is the position of the superstition of Sitchin. Can you believe that? I don't even know what that means. But that is a poem. For all of you in the know, the biggest volcano on Io may be about to erupt. Now, this is the biggest volcano on Jupiter's moon, Io. Hello! And it could be about to blow-o. Decades of observation have revealed a periodic cycle in the volcano's eruptions. Wow, there's a cycle in the eruptions? I wonder if it's related to the solar cycles. How fucking stupid is Science Alert? Pretty fucking stupid. In perpetuity. Organic compounds found in the plumes of Saturn's icy moon Enceladus, where there might be an underground civilization from the polar configuration, similar to compounds found on Earth that help form amino acids, might give us evidence to the polar configuration and the plasma sheath formation. But I digress and hang out with the best. Earth's magnetic field flips much more frequently than they thought. And this is coming months after it says that Earth's magnetic field doesn't flip that much. It's like, hello, what type of information are you giving me? Is it the real deal or is it the shite? Because I only pay for the good shite. The planet's magnetic poles swap places at an astounding rate 500 million years ago. Yeah, because they found a magnetic flow that recorded it, which means that this happens all the time. Hello. And with the most impressive paleoclimatological proxy data, and we just go back 50,000 years, we can see magnetic excursion happening at a very periodic rate, every 12.5. 12 kiloyears ago, the Gothenburg, 23, Mono Lake, 33.5, Lake Mungo, 46 kiloyears, 47, Lachamp. What's up with that? Faint filaments of the universe spanning in a cosmic web finally found. We've been telling you about this for like 8 years. Like who? Space.com is just catching up. We just watched the Thunderbolts Project videos and we're like, oh my God. Oh, man, we're just catching up. Now, what they're talking about is these Birkeland currents. We've known about these for 100 years, for goodness sake. But just because we finally got the satellites up there to go check it out, we're like, whoa! Holy macaroni. Pause the video and pack the bowlie. Birkeland currents are connecting everything and leading directly into star formation centers, which then go back out, and there's Z pinches along here. This would be like our sun and our solar system right here. You picking it up? We just put it down. We've known about it for 100 years. This information is suppressed. But there are many people that have as big a cojones as I do that have been talking about it to the public. It's just that the public hasn't found them because the Al Gore rhythm is preventing the public from getting to them. This is some of the most cutting-edge science happening on the globe, and it's a global cabal of awesome people that I was invited to join. the electric view. And it's some of the biggest supporters of the Thunderbolts project, http://thunderbolts.info. Go get it. Rewind the video if you don't know what I just said, because I said it. And my entire breakthrough happened with a cosmic download that happened in 2012. And Dave Talbot contacted me, and we did a Skype interview, and that was my introduction to the electric universe hypothesis and thunderbolts.info. But come check out the electric view. Links will be below, and subscribe to the channel. Unless you wear flannel, which I do, and I still subscribe. It's okay. We love you. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be talking with Gareth from See the Pattern, one of the newest YouTube channels to take up the electric universe hypothesis and to explain it. Tickety-tockety-too. Right to you. If you want to see it broken down in layman's terms with an English accent, you can come over here to the See the Pattern, where Gareth, who has a much better accent than I do, because his is actually real, will tell you about plasmoids and quasars, Sapphire Project, and not only that, this guy is just not a schmuck that's repeating like a puppet shit right out his... He's actually a scientist. And it was his evaluation of the most recent update of the Sapphire Project releases that led to a direct communication with the Sapphire Project. That's how it should work. We should work together. That's how we reveal amazing new concepts. That's how we make brilliant breakthroughs. That's how we put the pieces of the puzzle together. Because the powers that be do not want us to know this information. Hello? Subscribe to See the Pattern. Watch the interview with Gareth tomorrow night. Applications of synoptic magnetograms to global solar activity forecast. Here it is. The big reveal. Look at all the math. I mean, they got to be right. It's just pages and pages of math. And there's the butterfly diagram. Oh. Forecast says. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at that data set. Oh my God. It's very indicative of solar shutdown. What do you think could be happening? Are you salivating at the forecast? I am. Solar cycle 25 coming up. Holy macaroni. Well, there you have it. It does not look good. According to this latest forecast, it's exactly as we predicted. The grand solar minimum began during the second spike of the downdrop of solar cycle 24 in February of 2016. And we will continue to drop off the map until then, until the bottom of the eddy minimum, which will probably be in around 2050 or later if the magnetic reversal occurs at that time and our magnetosheath wanes 80% of its current power. It's anyone's guess how many of us will be alive at that point. But the mainstream has now made the lowest prediction for solar cycle 25 ever. And you're looking at it. And it corroborates our prediction, which is exactly the same. Now, if you're a flat tard, you can suck it because you've been blocked, every single one of you, from our page. You can still watch our videos, but you can't bloviate about flat tardism ever. But about 1 or 2 a week, new flat tards find our channel and that have the audacity to comment on our globe tardness. And I want to have a really nice, family-oriented, calm video tonight. I want everyone to learn something. So we're going to close out tonight with some amazing facts because it's boom time. Alien Allen is moving to town, and we're about to shut it down. We're going to get so much done this fall, and you're going to watch it all live here on the channel. But if you're still a flat tard, please open your ears. It's time.
A long time ago, in ancient Egypt, a clever human named Eratosthenes figured out that when the sun was directly above a deep well in one city, you could stand in a nearby city to the north, measure the angle of the shadows there, and multiply that by the distance between the two cities to get the distance around the entire Earth. With that, the science of geodesy was born. Geodesy deals with the measurement and representation of the Earth, or to put it more simply, it's the science of where things are, and just as importantly, where they have been and where they are going. Through geodesy, we learn the rough size and shape of the Earth, the direction of its rotation, its distance from the Sun, and more. Through triangulation, we could create detailed maps of entire countries. We even figured out that the Earth isn't quite a perfect sphere, and after some arguments and expeditions to Lapland and Peru, we measured that it's just a bit thicker in the middle. Building on this information, we found tons of practical uses for geodesy. Using stars as reference points and accurate watches, we could reliably determine latitude and longitude so that ships could cross giant oceans to get where they needed to go. Explorers visited uncharted regions, mapped them, and even found the tallest mountain in the world. Later, engineers built railroads to get us to all of these places. With a little math and the same reference surface, rail tunnels could be started on both sides of a mountain and somehow still meet in the middle. Life was good. And once we invented radio telescopes and satellites, things got even better. When scientists used a bunch of small radio dishes like one big one to look at quasars, somebody got the idea that you could use these measurements to determine very accurately the distance between the telescopes. Now we can look at the movement of the Earth's crust, changes in how long days are, and how the Earth wobbles on its axis. Satellites also became very important. By analyzing their orbits, we can learn about our planet's changing size and shape and gravity, and by making laser measurements, we can look at everything from changes in the height and shape of the oceans and ice sheets to how the tides work. So, from ancient Egypt to the hundreds of satellites in orbit today, geodesy continues to have a huge impact on our lives. And all because somebody, a long time ago, decided to look down a well.
He said hundreds of satellites. There's like 100,000 satellites up there, all waiting to rain down on your head when the magnetic excursion occurs in 15, 20 years, when that 0 point occurs. It's funny how they keep it funny. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. It's coming, as predicted. There's your August 19th numbers. Thanks to all of our new Patreons. There's been 5 of you. Thanks to all of our one-time donors. And most importantly, for those of you that share this video, I'm going to try to clean up my act a bit, curse less, but my passion gets to me. And not only that, the other night was one of my most brilliant shows, because what I've been doing is honing my skills here as a forecaster and a reporter and a scientist, and also an entertainer. I have a show here. It's a show. The reason you guys watch every night is because I'm funny and I'm interactive and I'm informative. I give you the facts and I dump almost like an entire half a semester each hour. Like you're all PhDs at this point if you've been watching from the beginning. I deliver a lot of information. Hard for a lot of you to follow. I try to keep it as simple as possible, and my teaching style is that for the layman. Many people who have no background can understand the majority of what I'm saying. And I keep it light and funny because I want you to keep watching. Share this with people that you care about, people that are on the fence, people that are on the other side. At some point, they'll hear that noise and they will see the light, and they'll plant a seed, and they'll begin preparing for what the government will not save them from. We love each and every one of you. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. The markets are getting jiggy. I hope you have some Bitcoin or some other crypto. I hope you have some precious metals. But most importantly, if you have none of those, have dry goods and at least a year of food for you to survive when the grid goes down. Even though cycle 25 is predicted to be minor, all the way back to the Dalton minimum, matching many of the smallest cycles in recorded history. That doesn't mean we can't be prepared for the eventualities of what is to come.